Book your driving lesson now
at dla-driving.co.uk.
Sponsored by DLA Driving Schools.
Hello and welcome to Oh When the Town. What a difference a week makes. A much more convincing game of football for me at Northampton as the Hatters run out 1-0 winners at Sixfields in front of their record-breaking crowd. Yeah. Much more passion, I think, and much more commitment. Everything that we've been missing all season. At first with the Jack Wilshere and an ecstatic away end for once. It was brilliant. I had a great time. And unless you live under a rock, you would have seen tons and tons of content from content creators this week, releasing interviews with our management team. And we were all invited, if you didn't know this already, we were all invited to a content creation open day. And we're going to have a chat about that as well and talk about our experience of the day itself. We've got your 3-word reviews and, as usual, a little bit more. And with us, if you're on YouTube, you've already seen another full house. It's getting really good. We've got Darren, Steve, I nearly forgot your name, Steve.
Hello.
It's just Amber Tyro. I'm sorry, Steve, I didn't mean to do that
It's
to you.
an absolute shambles.
Oh, look.
He's punch drunk.
It wouldn't have happened under your stewardship.
Oh, can we just drop the stewardship of Darren?
One every week, eh?
He had one go at it.
And he was good.
Well, okay. Anyway.
Just one shot. Better than average, you go by you, Dave. But anyway.
I want to talk first, before we talk about the game, before we talk about our 3-word reviews and everything like that, I'd love to talk about our Content Creator Day, because I think, as I've said already, you've seen it all on YouTube, you've seen everybody releasing their interviews, and we haven't done that yet, but there's a reason for that, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But what a brilliant day, or afternoon, evening it was. How did you feel about it?
I thought it was excellent. Really different for me. I've not done anything like that sort of at all. So it was good to sort of see behind the scenes. You got to meet all the people. Really good talking to them. You could. I did see all the desire and real determination for them to do a really good job and get us back to where we all want to be, and almost restored a bit of faith, but certainly gave me a lot more hope about what's going to happen.
Bataro, was you a little bit starstruck when you met the manager?
Do you know what? Weirdly enough, no. I mean, look, apart from the fact when he said, by the way, I love the hair, and you heard it as well.
He didn't say that, did he?
He did. I heard him.
He did.
And he said, shave the tash.
No, that's just new today. But anyway, but yeah, it's not really starstruck. No, I wouldn't say. I mean, maybe my endorphins have died over the years, put it that way, and whatever else. But no, it was great. It was good. What are you laughing at?
Good word. Well done.
Darren,
it wasn't endorphins.
Darren, you've been behind the scenes before on sponsorship days and things like that. How did it compare to that for you?
Whoa, blimey.
That was a big question.
It was. I guess it's a bit different because I, like you said, I have been behind the scenes and everything, and so I thought, okay, I'll be a little bit more relaxed, because it is exciting when you go and see all that for the first time. But do you know what? Everyone was relaxed, and it didn't once feel like they were made to do it. It didn't feel like it was any hardship. We were there a lot longer than we thought we were going to be.
Yeah.
It was just the whole thing was relaxed. You're standing there and Gary Sweet's making a cup of tea while Chris Powell's doing something over there. There's a couple of players playing pool over there, and you just stood in the middle of it, having a tea and biscuits, and it was just so relaxed.
It just seemed very what's the word? Informal, maybe.
Yeah.
As such.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't like, we're here to it's very much like this. It's going to go like this. It was just so chill. We turned up probably expecting to get straight into it. It wasn't like, say, tea, coffee. Yeah, everyone was chatting.
And it's such a great way to get that connection back. I think it's a great move by the club, and let's hope we see more of it.
It's the first time I've been at the training ground, and so it was when we had our sort of spare 10 minutes waiting, we had to walk around and that, and it was really lovely to see that. I mean, those pitches, I mean, Richard Bird, take a bow, mate, because that is beautiful.
But you can see where some of the money's gone. You know, they've put a lot of money and still putting a lot of money into that training facility.
I was looking for a Bentley in the car park.
There wasn't one, was there?
No, there wasn't one because he doesn't have a Bentley.
It was obvious when we went to the top pitch on the left. It was. How do you describe it?
It's a deso pitch.
Thank you. I didn't know what I meant. Which
is the same as that we have in the ground. So a selection of it is a selection. A majority of it is actually artificial. With the Premier League money, they spent that and put in an actual deso pitch on the training ground.
I was going to say, obviously, regarding that pitch, Darren used to be a greenkeeper, everyone. So. I do remember that.
I do. I almost got more excited when I was out on the actual pitch asking those questions. If I could have got hold of Dickie, then I'd have been.
I saw you stroking the
rephrase that differently.
Not seeing like this. It's like, oh, that's lovely.
But it's fascinating because we found out about how they grew a pitch up north for when we had to stand on, just in case the pitch didn't grow back, and then the pitch did grow back, so they brought a pitch down from up north, and just to get all of that kind of information. Incredible,
and quite an operation.
And just to get your head around it, what did he say that deso pitch cost? $1.5 million.
1.3 was it?
Or 1.3 million pound on
a pitch. It's a lot of money, and that also says to you that although we think we know what's going on at the club, we have no idea what's going on at the club really at that level. We don't know how they plan for these things. We see what we want to see most of the time. I have to shout out to Ben Kenzel who arranged. From the club, who arranged all of this. It was his idea, and they invited us all in. How many of us there? Like 6, 7 of us, seven different content creators.
So he done a lot of organising, didn't he?
Yeah, it was a really good thing. I think what it's done, for me anyway, and for probably us, is, you're right, Darren, it's brought us back to where we felt the club was with regards to communication. There are probably still people moaning that they didn't get the hard interviews or whatever else, but we were quite aware at the time, weren't we, that there was a lot of content creators there.
Well, this is the thing, like you say, obviously in doing this as well, I mean, like you say, it's what the club probably needed to do in a way after all the, the negative remarks going off on the back, on in the background. Excuse me, sorry. I think I got a bit of air stuck.
That's usually me.
But look, I think it was a very shrewd move, maybe, let's put it that way, because...
We say shrewd, but I think it was the right thing to do. Shrewd, it was. I think it did what it meant to do, and for me personally, getting the chance to speak to the manager, the assistant manager, the coaches, and the chairman is a real front really for the club to do that.
Yeah, no, it was,
and it was Ben. So Ben, thanks for the invite. Please, can we have another one soon, please? Because it'll be great.
Yeah, and I think this guy Ben, I deal with him in the sponsorship side of things as well, and. This guy's really great for our club, really great, and onwards and upwards with him.
So our content probably is going to be a little bit different to everybody else's. I mean, we've got some standard bits of interviews, but we realised at a very early time that actually, and this is the reason we haven't put anything out right now, but it will be coming out very soon. We realised there were 7 other podcasters or content creators there, and they were all going to ask similar questions. So we sort of went down a different avenue. I just want to give you a little bit of a soundbite of what you might want to expect from us.
Would you rather be better looking or smarter?
If you had a time machine, when and where would you go to?
Poor and happy or rich and miserable?
Do I have to answer this? Do I? Yeah.
Would you be a traitor or a faithful on the TV programme?
My most creative time is about 1 to 3 a.m. actually.
Finally, can you upgrade the PA system at Kenilworth Road, please?
Sorry, I can't hear that.
But take the onions out.
So you can tell.
Take the onions out of the PA system.
You can tell what fun we had there. There's more and more of that. We have some serious questions as well, but we did go down a different route. It was quite enjoyable, wasn't it, to edit it that way?
It was, and when they spoke to us at the start, there was no agenda. They didn't say you can only ask this and ask that, because some people are going to think that. There was no agenda. They just said, come in, have some fun, ask some personal questions, and get to know us. So that's what we did.
Yeah, just basically don't attack us and start trying to cause a fight, essentially, wasn't it? That's what it was. But yeah,
So I want you to look out for our content. It will be coming out soon. It will be drip fed for a little bit because we've got lots to give to you. So if you like and subscribe on YouTube, if you haven't done already, you won't miss a moment of it. If you're on the other platforms that you listen to your podcasts on, just nip over to YouTube and then you get to see these good looking guys.
And can I say as well, you kind of look for the big interviews with the Gary Sweet and Jack and that, but the two coaches, new coaches, which Steve's going to say their names right now.
Tim Corcoran and Dave Bridges.
Yeah, he put you on the spot there, didn't he?
Yeah,
because
I amalgamated them in the previous pod, which Stuart at the club pointed out quite quickly to me.
But these guys aren't used to doing that kind of media kind of stuff and everything. But how good, honestly, guys, when it gets to it and we release them, listen to those interviews because those two guys are amazing.
Yeah, quite insightful.
And also very funny. Listen, so there will be some good bits like frivolously. How would you describe them?
Light-hearted
bits, but also mixed with some proper serious interviews, and we'll be releasing those over the next few weeks, and you'll see everything. So like and subscribe if you haven't done already. And again, one more thank you to Ben. We had a great time, thanks for the invite, and hope we can do many more of these. And now to Saturday. Very short trip up to Northampton. What a win. What a brilliant day out for me. On my own, on the terrace, but brilliant all round.
That time.
It's great that we've got the win, second game in for new manager and the coaches. You think Bloomfield, it was just snowballing. It was sort of, 8-9 games before he got his first win, something like that. So he'll be absolutely thrilled with that. And, even though we might not have played spectacular, particularly in the first half, I thought, we played with more purpose and more intent. And I'll take any scrap of improvement in whatever avenue it comes.
Do you think it is because they now have bought into Jack and what he wants to do? Do you think they just want to play for him?
Well, look, I mean, I'm sure he has obviously an impact on the players. Obviously, like I said, we saw it on Thursday. There was many things. Excuse me. I thought, what's going on in my chest tonight, Dave? I'm doing to you. But yeah.
Keep talking.
Sorry. Oh, there we go. Lovely. Back to it. But no, look, the positivity, the morale, the team morale, first of all, needs to be up, and it's only going to be up through winning. And obviously, there are certain, come away from a Saturday, we probably should have won by 3 goals. Personally, that's what I thought. Didn't. Is what it is. But like you say, the confidence. Obviously, from the management, obviously we ask certain questions. Well, obviously, we're not going to say it, what obviously was said, but no, look, it has to be do the basics right first, and then we see where we're at. But get the winning mentality there. And there was one thing also I will say that was said Thursday was the fact in 5 and 5 games, he was saying, wasn't it? I think it was Wilshere was saying it, and obviously Power, they were saying they have to want to win, even in training. Is a mentality, a mindset they have to be doing.
Yeah, you can't just switch that on a Saturday or a Tuesday.
No.
Yeah.
So it has to be within the club. But look, it wasn't the most complete performance, no, but it was a step in the right direction. Yeah. So we'll take that.
I felt it was bigger, stronger, the better mentality. Probably what I've been wanting to see all season really is that little bit more commitment, and I'm not doubting they didn't have commitment before, but their heads didn't drop at all on the weekend.
So is this, I mean, I don't know. I spoke about the previous home game where when they were warming up, there was more zip and you could see the coaches, and they were very animated about how they were doing their coaching and the warming up and stuff like that. If they've had a full week of very stripped back, clear, basic, back to basics instructions, and a head that you're going to trust with Chris Powell. If they've just had a calming week and going back to the basics, it just clears a lot of the fog away from them.
Well, I want to pick up on what you said there, Steve. A calming week, because again, coming from Thursday, yes, you've got the new guys in, and they've had a bit of time with them, and they're impressive guys. The one thing I got from them was they're also calm.
Yeah.
Both Jack and Chris in particular are very calm, and they kind of made you feel like it'll be okay. Don't worry, it'll be okay. Go out and still try and take that player on, try and get that cross in. If it doesn't happen, it's okay. Don't worry. And I think maybe the players are a little bit more calm from that. on the flip side, and we'll probably get to team selection in a minute, players are coming back.
Yeah, that's the key.
There's more pressure. Yeah. If they want to keep their place in that team, Naismith, possibly best game this season for him.
Until the end.
We'll talk about that in a moment.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit. But you can't judge him on that one thing.
No.
But there's pressure now. There's pressure, or arguably the one biggest thing is balance. I looked at the lineup, an hour or whatever when it comes out, and you go, there's balance. We've got a left back. We've got a left-footed on the left side of the centre half. We've got a guy that probably can play right back. There's balance there. Do you know what? There's an understanding from a manager of putting some square pegs in square holes. And it
but it's back to basics again, isn't it? And again, I thought Clark, he really led by example. The effort and endeavour, when a team is struggling confidence wise, you don't see people running to get the ball. They're running, they're hiding. If the ball comes to me, okay. He was always going to try and get the ball and move it on.
The thing with Clark as well, I mean, every single week, if you're going to rate him out of 10, he's no less than a 7 out of 10 any week of the season. I can't recall him. When was the last time he had a bad game? I actually don't think he has had a bad game for about 2 years.
He's an accomplished player.
He's unreal. Dave's looking around like
No, I'm looking at Darren at that. I want to see what Darren's reaction was.
Because Darren, of course, yes.
Darren used to... You've got to acknowledge, Darren. I know you have.
I don't think Clicker had a great season in the Championship.
No,
I don't. And arguably, maybe under Bloomfield, he got a little better in those 10 games towards the end. But he's this season. He's the Clicker we know. Something's happened, something's changed, but we've got our Clicker back for me.
And he's got the ability. He's got that bit of quality that a lot of people in that division.
Bloody hell, Dave! If you backtrack anymore, mate, you'll be in that sink over there. Sorry.
So the record crowd at Sixfields, Lego Stadium, and. What a great thing. Let's have a look at your 3-word reviews from the weekend. Northampton 0, Luton Town 1. Shane says, good away win. Ian, much, much better. Tim, looked more cohesive. Keith, Jack's first win. El says, strikers on strike. We can talk about that in a bit more in a bit. Joe, subs made a difference. Anna, forwards can't score. Coaster Hatter, 7 off the top. Oh, no, he didn't. 7 off top. That would be 3, wouldn't it? John says, thank you, John, for these. He said 2 for Dave's dad, and Dave called it, which I did, obviously. And Ashley said, start of something. Do you want to take one of those each?
Strikers on strike. Oh,
so what do you mean by that?
Well, all season. I mean, don't get me wrong. Look, I think Wells did okay the other day. He did, but there's opportunities you have to be scoring. And yet again, the same for Yates when he came on. Bury it. What is going on? Why can't we score? Why can't we create chances? Sorry, why can't we create chances? Because there is chance created for these strikers all throughout the season. I'm not saying we've created a mass amount, but enough chances. I'm saying we should have probably at least scored 7-8 goals this season from our forwards. And for some reason, we're not scoring when it comes to the strikers. And for me, it's a concern.
Yeah. Sometimes they contribute in a different way, though, don't they?
No, but Dave, like, I don't think that Jerry Yates or Wells really have contributed this season. Sorry, I don't think they have. No. Realistically, I think they've been piss poor. Excuse my language. I think they have. I'm not saying they're bad players, but they have not done what they've come into the club to do. So they've not scored goals. And I'll be honest, I had a dream the other day. It sounds weird. Elijah Adebayo came back and scored 15 goals in the last 13 games of the season. But anyway.
Well, that'll do. Darren, Darren, can I have your 3-word review?
I'll go with Ashley, start of something. And maybe that's coming off the back of us doing the thing last Thursday or something. It just feels like something good is going to happen this season. And this could be the turning point. It was nowhere near the level that I'm sure Jack wants to get to, but there were signs of it. There's signs of change. There's signs of a manager understanding those players and the tactics and formations, and and I know that sounds really hard on Bloomfield, but it just feels like something's happening there, and a lot of people would say, like, we had that game and we got the 2 cup games, but I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing now. We've got the win. We're finding a way. We've got players coming back. We know Walsh is due back, and there's a couple coming back. To have these 2 cup games now, just to try a couple of different things and get minutes into people before Stockport, could be really good.
Yeah, because you've got to hope that El Hamadi is close.
It's got to be. It's got to be. And you know, and he's a shoo-in, because you're right. Clearly, you know, and I know, you know what I think of Nordos. Obviously, Jack thinks the same, because the guy ain't going to get football.
No.
He's not. When Wiltshire says how he wants to play the game, Nordas isn't going to be that man.
No.
You're right. Yates and Wells, you know, all right, it's huff and puff, but.
I'm not saying they were bad, by the way, the other day when they did play. Obviously, Yates came on. Not saying they were bad. Same as Wells did a half decent job, but you've got to look at the killing instinct, like the killer instinct. Sorry, and it's not.
If you look at the one at the start, near the start, I think one was squared.
Clark crossed it,
and Wells.
Oh,
and you just
what was he? 4 or 5 yards
there, and you've got to score
over the bar, wasn't it?
It's not even on target. Yet a midfielder can score a goal. He gets squared, and the midfielder can put in a chance like that. So, you know. When the Al Hamadi comes in, he's going to be straight in, and you just got to hope he's your 15, 20 goal score.
I still hope and pray that it's that typical striker thing of when they get one that isn't a penalty, that then they will go on. You know, I remember the club saying what a difficult sort of process it was getting the Yates transfer over the line. You know, they clearly wanted him. You know, and
he has got quality about it.
And a lot of people said, "Oh, that's a real coup for League One." But we have seen nothing yet, and unfortunately, because Wells has been playing more than Yates, again, we've seen more for him. But it's just been really poor finishing.
Yeah. And I mean, look, like we say, we haven't created the most amount of chances that we've seen in the football club in the past couple of years, but we've created enough. I mean,
if you create the chances, you've got to convert the chances.
Of course, I mean, you go back to Burton Albion when Jerry Yates missed from 3 yards out, wherever it was, and he hit the, I think it went wide, didn't it, the right-hand post. Yeah. Things like that. Wells, penalties missed. But where are the Saturday over the bar from 3 yards out? Like I said, I'm not saying he didn't do a good job on Saturday up top by himself. I'm not saying that, but you have to score these goals.
Yeah.
Because these chances, I'm not being funny, these chances, lower league, Sunday league players probably put away.
This has all come out of one 3-word review. Steve, we've got one more to go. So what do you want to take?
Okay, well, based on the fact that you asked me to choose this one before we started recording, I'm going to go Dave called it from John.
I didn't say that at all.
Of course you didn't, Dave, and for no other reason, mate.
Well, thank you. And I have to tell you, I stood on my own on that terrace.
No one likes you.
No one likes me. I don't care. And there was a couple in front of me. Keep clapping, Steve. It's great.
Is this wet water of yours, Dave?
There was a couple in front of me, and at the end of the game, and because of John remembers from last week what I said about the game and how personal it was to me. I genuinely welled up because of that. And you know what?
Wells up or welled up?
Welled up, not wells up.
Okay.
And for me personally, what a day out. What a great result.
Exactly.
And I'll take 1-0 and 3 points. Moves me up the table.
It takes you to the top of the prediction league, Dave.
Get in. I've never been top before.
I've made the most of it, Dave, because you won't be there for long, mate.
No, I'll be going back to my normal 3-0s. Let's look at the game then. So we had a couple of changes from when we lost to Mansfield. We welcomed in Longwick, Branmore and Richards. Ali Makoso and Anderson missed out at the start. And the first half was a bit... I didn't really feel that we were going to concede.
No, I thought we were in control and comfortable, but...
When you look at the Northampton fans' views, a lot of them said that Luton were the best team the whole game, and I sort of tend to agree with them. The first half, I just didn't feel that we were under that much problems.
No, we weren't. Like you say, we had chances, and look, if we could step up to another gear, then I know it's easy to say, but if we step up another gear with this set of players, and obviously the players coming back, like you say, you had Izzy Jones come back as well from injury. What an impact he made. But look, if we can step up this next gear, because at the moment, currently, this season, we haven't seen anything pretty past second gear, let's face it.
We should have been 1-0 up, but we should have been 1-0 up very quickly, shouldn't we? You think about that chance we've already sort of touched on for Wells. Was the cross quicker than he thought he was, and he just misjudged it and fell backwards. I don't understand how he missed
it. I mean, let's say it was a good cross from Clark. He was far enough away. He didn't drill it, whereas suddenly it was on him. You couldn't have asked for a better pace, and it was right in front of him. He didn't really have to stretch for it at all.
Just get a touch.
It's as good as you're going to get.
Yeah.
Wow. Because on the day, I thought actually, maybe it just got to him too quick.
Nah, I don't think so. I
was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I think
there,
as a striker, when someone's wide, as a striker, you've got to make that run across that front post.
Yeah,
predicting the ball's going to come in.
I think if he mishits that, he scores. Let's face it, because I think, I mean, he maybe hit it too clean. I don't know, and he's just got underneath, unfortunately. But whether it's he was unsighted by the defender, I don't know. Who knows? But you have to score those chances.
No, because I think the defender was behind him. It was all there.
But I mean, the original run. I mean, obviously, when it came from the right hand, and
clear running. Yeah,
a lot of again Northampton fans would say that Fitzsimmons was their man of the match, and that's your goalkeeper. So he was quite busy. Mm-hmm. I don't really remember Keeley having to make any proper saves in the first half.
No, I don't. No.
Well, that was easy, wasn't it?
Yeah. Moving on.
It was a bit. The first half was a non-event, wasn't it?
Well, it was, but you know what? I didn't feel under any pressure. So
it was a non-event, but we could easily have gone in 2-0 because because there was another one where I think Wells almost sort of just let it go past him. Again, sort of 4 or 5 yards out, and then he put his head in his hands and that,
And Longwick had a header.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we could easily have gone in 2-0.
Again, I when I saw the lineup, I wasn't sure on which formation we were going to be playing. You got Richards in there as well. Which, he was on the right, wasn't he?
Yeah, he played right.
Can we just talk just briefly Richards? Mm-hmm. How well did he play?
Yeah, well,
amazing.
So every time I've seen him play, which obviously hasn't been a lot, but he's looked really composed.
Natural, yeah, he's very natural.
And for someone who's such a young lad, a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, he's made this mistake or hasn't played well. He's only a young lad." So's Richards, and he just seems very comfortable and composed.
And it'd be interesting because, as far as I know, he's not a right winger. I think he's
like a number 10, isn't he? Yeah.
Or an 8.
Yeah,
centre midfielder up, So whether they've seen something in him or gave him a chance, but he took it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look, the thing is, like you say, what is he, 18 now? Is he 17, 18, something like that?
Yeah.
Look, I mean, he looks very comfortable at League One level, so give him a couple of years. And then, there we go.
Second half, I think we dominated. I think there was only one team that was going to go on and win that unless we mucked it up.
Yeah.
Well, you say that, Dave. I'll be honest, I didn't think we were going to score.
I know, we had
a certain amount of chances, obviously, one that was cleared with the header and whatever else, but
I thought,
look at it again.
To be fair, at the stadium, standing in that stand, I felt it was only a matter of time before we had an opportunity that we were going to convert. That's how I felt.
No, of course, I understand what you're saying, but I think it's where our mentality is at the moment as a fans and the club, but, we obviously did get that winner, but we know what we've seen this season and in the past. We know you could have all the ball, you could have the X amount of chances, you can put away absolutely nothing.
But I genuinely felt it was different. Yeah. I genuinely felt the performance was different, Steve. How do you feel about the press, the way that we were tackling
tempo, isn't it?
Everybody was working for each other.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. There seemed to be more desire and more purpose in that, and it wasn't sort of the press wasn't just one person going and no one else was sort of backing it up. There was you could see just a couple of moments of what they might have done on the training ground. I really liked the effort from Gideon. Because it wasn't just I'm at the edge of the box. He'd gone past two men with dropped his shoulder. Then he looked up, composure, and it was a good shot. I mean, again, another day, that rebounds off the bar, and I think Wells headed it over. Another day, it might have hit him in the nose, like Luther Blissett for England, and gone in. That's the way it is, though, isn't it? But another good effort from him.
If it hit me in my nose, it would have gone straight in.
At a 30-yarder.
Oh, I shouldn't say that. I think there was one chance for Northampton, and I just think it was a standard save, and then they made a substitution, and we brought on Jones, and oh my God, have we missed that player, Darren?
Yeah, just the pace, the directness.
Played him on the left, though, out of position. What are we doing?
Well,
What was that about square pegs and square holes? Bollocks.
Well, a winger should be able to play on both sides.
He's switching sides.
But yeah, and you know, well, I can't remember the last time he played, but you know, he would have been desperate to get out there and do something. So,
But they couldn't handle his pace, could they?
No.
They couldn't handle his pace.
No.
Well,
The run-
funny. He's probably, if not one of the quickest players in the country. He's ridiculously fast.
It's crazy, isn't it, that we look at that player, we haven't seen him play for a while. He comes on, Stephen, he makes a massive difference straight away. Within minutes of coming on, the rundown, the pass from Saville to him was fantastic.
Yeah.
But when I've watched it back on the day, I thought, well, he's going to go for this. But his pass into the box was very well judged, I thought, and very well placed. It seemed very precise.
Yeah, someone on Twitter sort of said, you know, all season, yes, we've been doing loads of crossing, but it's just crossing for
Aimless,
the sake of it, aimless and into a certain area. This wasn't a cross, this was a pass. But what I really liked about the goal was Fane, it was very reminiscent to Zach Nelson's run when he ended up scoring against Burton.
Yeah.
You know, there was 2 or 3 midfielders that burst from the halfway line, and it was a really purposeful run. You know, and you know, it wasn't just an aimless cross. It was a pass.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he was able,
precise.
Yeah, but then Fanny was able to keep it down and not sort of thrash at it and just helped it.
And I love that for Fanny, by the way. The commitment to get in there, get his body in there first.
It was just a really purposeful run. It was a run that said, "I actually want this ball." Well, you know, we spoke about players in previous games that were making a run, but they didn't actually want it because they were just staying next to the defender.
Yeah.
He wanted that ball.
Well, we saw signs of, I might have said this a couple of pods ago, but the second half, we saw signs of what Fanny is about. You know, there is a really good footballer in there.
Yeah, there is.
And yeah, so not only that, he's shown the determination as well to get that goal.
Yeah.
It was just nice to see, wasn't it? Like, you know, something actually came off. But yeah, look, we know we've got quality in this team, right? We keep saying it. And this is where we're failing because everyone looks at us, and I think they do laugh at us a little bit and go, you've got all these players, and you don't do nothing with it. And the main concern for me is, obviously, I'm trying to be positive, but the main concern for me is we're not scoring enough goals.
Well,
that is the point.
Well, yeah.
Hopefully now, like I say, it rolls on and it keeps going now. We get that. So it's confidence though, but yeah.
I know you don't believe in luck, Pataro, but sometimes you look at a game and you look at Jordan Clark's effort that will hit the bar. That's because a defender just popped his head up at the right time. He'd beaten the goalkeeper, it was going to go in.
That's instinctive, amazing.
When that hit the bar, it came back to Wells, who was standing there, probably thinking he was offside, or there was
Gideon. Yeah, that was Kadea's
was it
shot? Yeah.
Oh, no, that's a different shot. Yeah, so it come off the bar. Wells is standing there, probably thinks he's offside. Wasn't, didn't convert it. First half, we missed a couple. Yates comes on, first shot of the game. He should have scored with his first kick, right?
Yes. Yes, and that's as much as I'm going to say about Yates.
Okay, but
I'm with Pataro on that. You know,
I don't understand why he tried to go round the goalkeeper.
Keeper was planted.
Yeah,
he should have just struck it, right?
Yeah.
Did he?
Look,
It's too much time in that sauna. When we turned up the other day, he was in the sauna bollock naked, I'm pretty sure. He's gone to his head a little bit.
Yeah, but again, is that another sign of a player that just wants to, if he can get around the keeper, he's got an empty goal. He hasn't got to shoot it past one. So
It's confidence, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
I think if Yates scores one, he's going to score 10.
What, in the same game?
No, not in the same game. No,
That's a bold statement.
It's a bold statement, but you know what? I'm top of the league, so I know what I'm talking about.
Shut up.
And as time wore on, you just think to yourself, come on, let's get this 1-0 done. Let's get it done. Let's go home happy. You know, it's not very far away. I want to get home. And then there was that moment when I just thought it was all going to collapse. Let's talk about the whole movement. So I generally don't know what Naismith was trying to do.
I think he was doing his very best impression of a fish. That's what I think he was doing.
silly salmon.
Yeah.
I think He's got to try and get something on it.
Yeah, he's trying to get it back to the keeper,
mate.
but he just hasn't.
Well, no, I think he's trying to clear it, isn't he? He's not trying to get it back to keeper. He's trying to.
I think he's trying to dive into that away from.
Yeah, he's trying to get it out for a throw in or something.
Would he not have been? Would he not have been better just to stand on his feet and run with the player and stop the shot? Because what he did was open it up, and as soon as that ball went across, I just thought, "This is it. I've come not so far." And it's going to be 1-1 because there's 100% they're going to score this.
Yeah,
but equally, yes, yeah. I have no idea what was going through Naismith's mind. And look, he did have a good game, really good game. We saw the Naismith of old bringing the ball out and playing and stuff, which is great. Look, I have no idea what he was doing, but he's trying to get something on it. But he sent the guy wide, and then who was the other? There was another centre half who tried. Was it?
There's Mengi and a Doffin, weren't there?
Who else was there? Did Mads come on? So it was Mads coming across. He didn't get anything on, but he was pushing as well. You know, I think Keeley got something on it. So it was a bit of everybody.
Did Keeley get something on it?
Well, Keeley did. He got a touch on it.
Yeah, he took a little bit of pace off it, which gave him a chance. Sorry, Dave. The thing for me and a Dauphin, unbelievable. But there's the difference, and look, when we do something good, I'd hate to pick out something bad. And look, we love Mengi's reaction to a Dauphin getting it off the line, but Mengi should have been back there. Dauphin was further away. He ran past Mengi. They were the same distance away. They both could have got there.
I think that's why we saw that reaction, to be fair, though, Darren. I think you just saved me. You saved me.
That's it. But there's the difference. You know, a Dauphin, maybe he's new to it. He hasn't been worn down, whatever it is. Yeah. But he got back and got that ball off the line. If there was no way Mengi was going to get back there and get it off the line, because he didn't read it or he didn't have it. You know, and I think there's an element of, yes, Mengi cares because he gave that response, but also you bailed me out there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It's partly his job to have got back and got that off the line.
I generally think that's quite harsh.
I
generally think that's quite harsh. I thought Mengi had a great game.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he didn't have a good game.
No, I had a great game. Maybe out of position a little bit.
When you watch the goal back, look how quick, when he goes wide, take the shot, look how quick Mengi and Dauphin react. Dauphin's miles ahead of him.
Yeah, I would have to have another look at that, Darren, to look at it in that manner, because, Mengi was sort of, to the left, as we know, whether he was the right angle to have cleared that ball anyway, because the ball was coming that way. So whether or not he was in the right position or not, anyway, that would have been regarded. So I'd have to look back. But I just thought, one of the first things you do after a long spell on the sidelines, and you do a great clearance like that, and it was magic to see Mengi react like that, because I really have labelled it at him, and and he doesn't want to be in League One. None of us do, and that's absolutely fine. But if he wants to move away, or if he wants to go, if he wants to go up into the Championship or whoever with another club, he's got to play well and he's got to care and he's got to be a leader. And if that penny has dropped, then we've potentially got a really good player again.
Or now he's playing for Jack Wilshere.
Yeah,
he wants to stay with us and take us back to where we were.
It was lovely to see that reaction, and it was great to see a Dauphin immediately contribute.
Yeah, do you know what? To run, to let the ball run beyond you, to get your leg round to kick it away, the timing of that is incredible.
Yeah,
because he left it till the last second as well. He could have swiped to that, put it in the back of the net. Do you know what I mean? But he didn't. It was
just
perfection.
Stopped it, backheeled it, whatever.
It was almost like calmness personified. It was like, actually, I've got this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It was amazing to see. Yeah, I mean, for a guy that's been out for 6 months,
forever.
Yeah, well, as far as we've known, anyway. But yeah, unreal.
To be fair, I loved Mengi's celebrations with him. I loved it.
Yep.
I loved and Naismith when they all got together and Keeley, because they knew that won the game for us. And long may that continue. That's what we've been missing. We've been missing that as a team.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, I don't know why we're running so late, but there we go. We asked you guys on the focus. It was Jack's first win as Luton manager, and do you know what? At the end, lovely to see the crowd and the reactions and the huddle. We haven't done that for John Still.
Yeah.
And I think Jack said it was just spontaneous. But you know what? There's a togetherness we've missed. We've missed that. Do we not agree
Let's not
with
get
that?
carried away though.
Yeah,
at the moment. Let's
no,
let's not get carried away.
We're talking about togetherness, and that's something you can get carried away with because that is the fundamental starting point of a team
yes.
of a team achieving anything, and it was just good that there was signs of it, and if it just happened, then that's great. That means it was natural, and it's what everyone wanted to do. So that's a really big.
Long may it continue.
Yeah.
Let's hope. Yeah.
I find it. I mean, as emotional as I was, it was great to see Jack celebrate as well. He deserved it, and it's hopefully the first of many.
I thought he was going to do Nathan Jones at one point, start kissing the badge and giving it all that.
When you look at the table, it ain't that bad, is it?
No,
when you think
because
about it, we're not that far off.
It's incredible, where we are. We haven't had a great season. We haven't been playing well. We've got rid of the manager, and we're 7 points off.
Yeah, there is
off the
really
top.
no one in that division at all to be scared of at all. I think it's a very ordinary division.
But had we had a striker that would be on, I don't know, 8 goals by now,
we would have been. We'd have been up.
If we can get this is the thing. If we can get the strikers, all the forwards, we can get them firing. Then we can get something going. But let's not get carried away.
Yeah.
I don't think we're getting carried away by the performance. It's just the peripheral stuff, though. And
it's because we've not seen it for a long time. That's probably what it is.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's what we're clinging on to desperately.
I love that actually. Yeah, clinging on. To it essentially is that, isn't it? Yeah.
We asked you guys about our Jack Wilshere's first win, and we said, what impressed you the most about our performance? Johnny says, the most impressive thing was the determination of all players showing us fans that they are trying to win football games for this club. Fantastic to see Jones back and having an instant impact. Proof we are missing key players who would and can get us out of this league. Wait till we get Eddie Bayo back and the goals will come.
There we go.
Well, see, they agree with you.
No, well, that dream
I nearly said Steve, but it was Patara that said that. Loz says there was an improvement, not a massive one, but it was there to see. Less misplaced passes, work of each other, a bit of bravery and risk-taking. If we improve by this amount each game, we'll be rocking by Christmas. Adolphin and Jones played without the weight the others seemed to be carrying. And that really helped in the last 15
Can I
minutes.
just touch on that as well? Risk taking as well was another thing that Jack Wilshere said as we spoke to him. Obviously, we're not going to say too much, but there was an element of we will take risks, and if it fails, then we go again. But they urged the players to take certain risks.
Mark says we were trying for 90 minutes. First time I've seen that all season. For me, apart from his miss, Naki Wells had a fabulous game. He runs off the ball, creating space, looking like he was when he first came to us. Fleet of foot and quick of mind.
There you go. Like I said, with Naki Wells, had a good game. But the finishing. But this is what I'm not saying. This is what I'm saying. Sorry, I'm not jumping on his back because he did have a good game. He did all the what you expect from a centre forward.
Yeah, but goals is what he will judge himself on, not just us. He will judge himself on his goal scoring.
He wants to score. He wants to be a top scorer. And finally, Chris says, for the first time in a while, we played with intensity and attitude to get the job done. It was great to see the lads celebrating moments. That's lovely, isn't it? Cal was much improved, Mengi too, but Vanny for the goal probably takes the man of the match for me. You can't really argue against that, can you?
Yeah, did well. Sorry, I'm more reserved today, yeah. But
I've had, to leave Northampton with 3 points and be home in next to no time was fantastic.
He took some good shots on the pool table as well the other day when he was there. So maybe he's been getting his shooting practice in the pool. So yeah.
At the end of the day, 3 points puts us in a great position. It gets hopefully the start of that momentum we've been looking for, Steve.
Yeah, and again, it's all the ifs and buts, okay? And not getting ahead of ourselves. If you can get some of the strikers scoring more frequently, I think that we have the capability of building up a head of steam that a lot of the teams will struggle to stop, because on paper, people will probably say this is the best squad in that division. If they can consistently start to prove that, and we get the goals, I think they'll struggle to stop us. But there's an awful lot of ifs and buts for that to happen.
We can take a lot from the next couple of games. We got a couple of games where Jack can try out different people if he wants to.
Yeah.
The Virtue Trophy, which I don't care if we're in it or not.
No.
But against the other 21s of Brighton, you want our team to do well.
Yeah, I think if we win, we go through, don't we? Mm-hmm. And ultimately, if we're getting players back, players need minutes, and another game somewhere down the line will give players minutes. So I think for that reason, it's not bad to be in it. But of course, the further you go in it, you then go, well, we want to win it. We've won it before. It was a nice day out. So there could be an element that if you keep going through, then you go, well, let's try and win it then.
Well, going through would be a big thing. And then Forest Green in the FA Cup, everyone. They changed the fixture date, which means literally I can't go to it, which is so annoying.
Yeah, same.
But what we think in this, Robbie Savage versus Jack Wilshere, it's already been put out there by the press and everything else. That's why we're on television. Surely we're not going to lose that.
Or hopefully Robbie Savage breaks his legs or something on the sideline. That'd be nice. But anyway.
That's harsh, man.
I don't like the guy.
What's he done to you?
I don't like him. Anyway, no, I'll tell you about that. That's really awful. But no, look, get a haircut.
Right.
For those that don't watch, go and watch and see how ironic that statement is.
Cut today, man. Look.
Can we have your predictions for the Forest Green game? And do you know what? I reckon we're on for a hatful for the Hatters. 3-0.
There it is. There it is.
2-0.
2-0. Luton?
Yeah. No, you're right to ask.
Yeah.
3-1 Luton.
I'm going to join Dave and say 3-0 Luton.
Only because he wants to go joint top. So we have that game, and then the next game is Stockport away.
Yep.
Hatters versus the Hatters. That's quite important. And then Rotherham at home, Barnsley away. So if we can get a few points out of that, we'll know where we are.
Yep.
And hopefully Jack gets his team playing. I just want to mention, actually, Diamond Player of the Month for September was Jordan Clark. I voted for him because I am one. And overall. And how great, I'm going to finish on this. Tom Lockyer.
Yeah.
How
amazing,
brilliant. I wish him all the best. I wish he was in a Luton shirt.
Yeah.
I wish he'd come back. And if we're not doing it, I just need to see him at Kenilworth Road.
I think everyone would wish him to be still at Luton, to be honest with you. But fair play. He's back playing, and just hope he's happy.
Yeah, good on him. That's it.
Brilliant. So we've run over a little bit longer than we normally do. Thanks for watching. Look out for our social media. If Jacob will be putting this out, he'll let you know when we're going to release all our media from the other day at Luton Town. Content day. There's lots to come from us. We've got a lot of content on there, and a lot of it is different to what other people have put out. And then that's the other people have put out some fantastic stuff, some fantastic interviews. Ours is a little bit different with some items, and we've asked some different questions. So hopefully you'll enjoy our content. Keep a look out for that. If you haven't liked and subscribed to YouTube so you don't miss on that content, please do. Until then, we'll see you next time. Take care.
Thank you, everyone.
Goodbye.